Hi collective, I'm back again with a blackout message. Yes, I will do tarot also. I'm sorry guys, but it just comes out like this. This is miraclexistetarot channel, okay? Well, what I want to talk about today is what is in I got download is there is a really well-known spiritual teacher who is Christian actually, who was actually, because he lived a long time ago. I think he has died 50 years ago, 40 years ago, something like that, or maybe less, I don't know. But he said that when you become a warrior of God, warrior of source, you take the risk. And what is the risk? When there is a warrior is like a soldier, okay? When a soldier go to the war, what risk a soldier will take? The risk what the soldier will take that he might die. There are many divine warriors out there who fight for God, fight for source, and no matter what's happened with them or around them, they stay divine. They choose divine love. They choose source. And they choose to stay in their destiny. And sometimes this fight is really rude, because there are negative energies who's using karmic people to fuck up divine people's life. And sometimes their life is taken. Sometimes they finish in prison. Sometimes these shitty karmic people get away with their stuff. But it's really rare. And if they get away, usually the divine warrior gets, after the suffering, much more blessing than he had before or she had before. But often when there is a war, there is losses. But I'm telling you, even that there is a scar, even that there is some blusher, blusher it's really French, excuse me guys, even if there is some wounds that you got in the war, you will win, and the victory is yours. And these karmic people will go down very fast with lots of loss, while you won't have that much of loss. But why I wanted to talk about this, because when I understood this, I understood why we are so protected, why we are so strong. Because when we decide to become divine, when we decide to whatever happens, I stand on the side of source, of God, because he will be with me. And when he is with me, whatever happens, I am safe. But many of us make this decision with a conviction that even if I die, I will choose source and God. And when you give up your fear, that's when you become the most dangerous for negative forces, because they can't do anything with you. You will stay unbothered, because you know everything in the hand of source, everything is in the hand of God, and even if you die, everything will be all right. And then these karmic shit people and these negative forces just can't do anything anymore. And guess what? With this heart, with this fearless, courageous heart, you call down love of God, love of universe, love of source. You will have more and more divine being coming to protect you. You will have a huge divine protection on you because this fearless, courageous heart source loves it. And when you pair it up with a humble, loving, caring, pure heart, source just can't resist you. Source will fall in love with you. I saw this many divine feminine and divine masculine in this energy. And I can see some karmic people try to imitate it because they want to have the protection of source. They want to use source for their own purposes. They do not understand what is all about. When you surrender to source, when you are a vessel, so you do whatever source called you to do, and you follow whatever source tells you to do, to step into your destiny. And it's fucking hard. Because sometimes, even that you become a divine person and you are a warrior, there are certain stuff that really fuck your brain up, huh? And you get really pissed off, but you have to put down your rage, your anger against these injustices that's happening in your life. You can rage on it in your bedroom. You can say whatever you want, but at the end, you have to forgive. You have to let it go, and you have to heal yourself, and you have to choose divine love. Whatever happened, you can have your crease. You can be pissed off, and I believe you will do it with right. Because many of us go through injustice that is really fucking hard and deep. But still we have to put it down. And it's like when your ego dies. And karmic people are incapable to do that. Incapable to really follow source. And while it's a wrong word, obey source, because it's wrong, we don't obey source, we just follow source because we love him, because of love, not because we are forced, and because we know that this is the right thing to do, because when source will lead your life, you won't live sinfully. Well, take it sin as you want. You won't commit crime. You won't hurt other people. You will go against negative energies. After that, what is other people delusional and sick perception, that is another thing, okay? That just because a pervert narcissistic pissed off with you and want to take revenge on you because you are not dead, you are not broken, you are not their puppet, honey, forget it, okay? Just ignore shit like that. These people usually are in victim mode and gossiping about you, all kind of lies. Even if it was true 10 years ago, 10 years is a long time, people change. So, but usually this type of narcissistic people, they find a tiny bit of flaw in your life and they blow it up like a balloon, huge with lies. And that's what they serve on plate to people to eat it up, all those fucking gossips about you. And you just have to ignore it. I'm sorry, guys. I had a kind of grip. It's not coronavirus. I had something else, and it's really attacked my voice. So I'm still getting back my voice, but It's many weeks. It's hard to get it back. But I will get it. I think there is a spiritual side of it. But forgive me if my voice is time to time not that nice. So, what I was saying is, you have to be fearless. And when I understood this, that the secret is this, and that's why karmic people, they are incapable to do this, because they are fearful of their life. They want to have profit from every situation. And when you give up your own life, when you put your life in the hand of source and says, even if I die, I will follow you. Even if I die, I will serve you. I will step into my destiny, and I will do what I need to do as a divine being. A karmic is not capable to do that. They will make themselves look like. Source is not idiot. Source can see your intention, that you don't mean it, what you say. Source can see your heart, your soul, your intention. You can't hide anything away from source. So when these karmic people are trying to make universe and source obey them, this is a bit funny. It's like a 3 years old boy tells to his dad that give me the car key because I want to drive it. You know? So these karmic people has no idea what's going on really in a spiritual realm. If they would have, certainly they wouldn't serve any entities, or they would stop behaving karmic on their karmic way, and they would realize what is really important. And it was, I don't remember exactly how many years, maybe 30 years ago, I don't know, I was something 16, 17 years old. Well, it was a long time ago, more than 30 years. Yeah, around 30 years. And I think the book was, I don't remember the title, but it's Patterson. It's a writer called Patterson who wrote it. And it was about the spiritual realm. And it was really about the battle against negative forces between angels and archangels, divine archangels, and the negative forces, and how humanity is involved in this. And one of those archangels, I don't know which one, was it Michael or the other, I just don't want to lie, but what stayed in me, that these archangels say that if humans would have their eyes open for the spiritual realm, they would go nuts, because the human psyche sometimes can't stand. They couldn't stand all that war, all that energy shifting. We call it energy shifting. When there is energy shift happening, when negative and positive energies are turning all around, and your destiny is in stake and forming, in reality, there is a kind of fight between the energies. That how you see it, it's one thing. People sometimes say it's demons, fights between demons and angels. Some medium says it's like energy lights who's fighting against each other, or trying to overcome one the other. The human psyche wouldn't be able to take all that shit, because as Patterson wrote it, it's much more horrible than any war human had on this earth. And I was thinking about this: when you are a divine being and you say to Source that you go, even if you die, you will serve him. You go and you go involved with these angels. You understand? You support them. If you are religious, you support them with your prayers. If you are spiritual, you support them with your meditation, with your mind magic or alchemist act with rituals or whatever you do, you know. If you're a shaman, you do your rituals also to support Source in this war. But there is a huge energy work, whatever you do. If you are a Christian or a shaman or a Muslim or Hindu, whatever religion you have, if you support the light side, you give up your ego, you give up your whole life for the higher good. And that's when you become fearless. That's when, if you die or not, won't have importance in your eyes. Because you know you are soul. You know you are eternal. And this body is just like a wrapping paper. Do you understand? The most important things, the presents at Christmas, is not the wrapping paper, but what is inside. That has a value. So spiritual warriors understand on this earth, spiritual warrior humans, divine feminine and divine masculine, understand that. And that's why they don't, I'm not saying they don't take care of their body. No, you have to take care of your body because you have to use it for a lifetime. But what I'm saying is, you are not afraid to die. You lost the fear to die. Because you know you won't really die. It's just a wrapping paper who goes in a bin. And that gives you a huge power. And negative forces are afraid of that. When a human gets to this level for this faith and conviction to become a warrior like that, your enemy will it's French, run away from you. Do you understand? That's when, for example, in the Bible, there was a period of time when Israel didn't exist in the Old Testament. And there was a man called Daniel. And he was kidnapped by, I don't want to say silly things because I don't remember the name of the king. But this king, when they were taking a territory and attached it to the empire, they took young, really intelligent people from that nation, and they took it, I think maybe Nabucodonosor, I don't want to say idiot things, but anyway, he took Daniel and a few other people, Israeli people, to the capital, and they taught them, they wanted to learn from them, but also they were taught this empire's culture, okay? And Daniel was extremely intelligent, extremely intelligent, but in a court, he had lots of enemies, lots of karmic people who hated him. And the king loved him because he was very, very wise and he had a divine knowledge. And the king was very intellectual and loved exchanging with Daniel. And anyway, you can read the story in the Bible, but what happened is Daniel was trapped, okay, by these karmic people. And the king was obliged to give Daniel the justice system at this time. And they said, if Daniel is innocent, he will survive a test. Well, first of all, they threw him in a lion's den. There was hungry lions there. They left him all night there, and nothing happens to them. Nothing happens to Daniel. And I think the second day they threw him in a fire, and he was walking, and he walked out of the fire without any burning. But what I wanted to say with this is, when Source is with you, they can't harm you. Even if they would kill you, they can't harm you. And I just put up in a community site, because at one of my download, and there is an international organization. There is lots of witchcraft shit going on in it, and in reality there is an entity behind the leader who wants to have pure divine feminine, especially feminine energy. I'm talking here about woman, divine woman, to be killed. And they want to somehow take the energy of these women, okay? And the hitman who's supposed to do this job refused it, because the hitman got awakened, and well, he became a warrior, divine warrior. But what I wanted to say is, you are divine feminine, divine masculine. You are a warrior. And you will have this faith and conviction that whatever happens, you will serve God, you will serve Source, and you won't go on a dark side. I'm not telling you that you won't have any temptation. Sometimes you will get pissed off. Sometimes you make mistakes in your life. Sometimes, whatever. Everybody makes mistake. But that's what your enemy will throw in your face. But what they can't do anything with it, it's your soul and your intention that is pure and will stay pure in spite of your flaws, in spite of your mistakes, because you will go to Source after a mistake, after a flaw. You will go to Source and ask Source how you can fix it, how you can get out of it, because you made a mistake, and you will humble yourself. You will give yourself again to Source, and you will purify yourself. You will purify your intention and your heart, and you will love, because you are just in love with Source and God. And that nobody can take it away from you. And that gives your force. And these divine beings, these divine feminine and divine masculine, are the most dangerous for negative energies all over the world. They know really well that these divine feminine and divine masculine are supported by Source. They have huge protection system. And if they have a destiny and they fulfill it, the general energy, negative energy around the earth will be weakened. And that's what they don't want. And on our light side, we want more and more light to come on earth. And that's what we want exactly, that the dark energies will be weakened. But you need to understand there is a resistance. They do not want to lose their power. They want to continue exploit us divine beings and destroy us. And Source does not want that. So for that reason, Source give more and more gifts, power and energy to us to fight. You can say you don't fight because you love everybody. Well, that is a way of fighting, because your divine love touching people. So this divine masculine is living this group of people and goes through lots of hardship. And he doesn't care, because that's what I was, the other thing what I was talking about also, that you cultivate your soul, because your soul is eternal. Your body has just one lifetime. After the next life, you will have a different body. So it has not really too much importance, because you need to understand 50 years, 60 years, 100 years is nothing when you look at universe, when you look at the eternal. Do you understand? It's like 1 second. It's like 1 second comparing to the age of universe and all what's happening in universe. And we talk about milliards and milliards of years. And what is 50 years? What is 100 years? Nothing. But us humans, we are tempted to think that this 1 year is the most important. The next year, my lifetime, 10 years, 15 years. I have to have that house. I have to have that car. I have to have that bag. I have to have that clothes, woman. I have to have this man. I have to have this woman. I understand that you want to be happy in that lifetime. And you should be. But you need to understand that the happiest you can be if you are in your destiny. And I can hear many alchemists say that I create my destiny. Honey, you can create your destiny until it is for you. Because when you take other people's destiny, you won't create something that is not in your true destiny, your soul contract. If you do, it's because you're copying other people, you envying other people, and that is what is messing up everything in your life. And guess what? When you will have that thing what you envy from this other person, you will have it, and you won't be happy, you won't be satisfied, it won't be enough, because it's not your fucking destiny. It's not your fucking destiny. Everybody has to create their own destiny, but it is in your heart, with your desire, what you want in your life, that is pure and authentic. What is your exact destiny? That's what you desire really secretly. And that's what you will build up and create. Everybody has to create on this 3D world. If not, you don't live. After, if you create shit or create a heaven, well, it's up to you. And after, everything gets complicated because there is a matrix, there is karmic energies, negative energies who try to fuck up, and sometimes they can manage, but it's fine because it's only a lesson to teach you. That is another thing, okay? But you need to see everything, the system, the law of the universe, because it's an entire system together. You can't pick up one here and one there and say, oh, if you do this, you will manifest. No. You have to do many things together. And you need to understand the world's law system. How does it work? You just can't focus on one and after force it on everybody. I just can't understand that when, for example, just take it as an example. When they say you are divine being, you have a divine light, you are high vibrational, So when you are high vibrational, nobody can touch you. Negative karmic energies can't harm you. And you will attract other people with high vibration. Well, it's true. You will attract people with high vibration, divine people. But I'm telling you, you will attract karmic people. You will attract negative energies. Because they need your light. Do you understand? They irritated by your light. And they want to have it. They want to take you out, your light, and they wanted to make it yours. That is impossible, but of course they don't know that. And some of them want to be part of it, because they think if they are in your light, they will have a financial or sexual or healing profit from it. So already this concept that if you vibrate really high, you will have just high vibrational people around you is not true. If it would be true, there wouldn't be betrayers, there wouldn't be horrible things, tests and difficulties in our life that we have to go through, even when you are high vibrational. So you need to really see everything together. So when they teach you how to manifest different manifestation techniques, and certain things just doesn't get manifest in a 3 day, and you don't understand, and you go through again all the steps to manifest how they taught you to do it, and still not fucking happening. You need to check out the world manifestation law system in the universe, not just one or one style, because there is always a connection between them. And there is something is blocking your manifestation, and you have to check it out. And sometimes these little connections between law and law are not put on YouTube. They're not teaching about it. Because most of the time these are kept secret. Do you understand? You need to figure it out yourself. I don't know how did I get to manifestation, and this is not what I wanted to talk about, because my download was about being a divine warrior. So after it's Derek Prince I was talking about, this teacher, Christian teacher, who teach lots of, he has really good spiritual vision about spiritual warfare, and being, well, he says divine soldier, me I call it warrior of the spirit, divine warrior, and it's really correct. Really correct. In that time, he came out with this demonology. He was teaching about demonology to Christians. And there was lots of negative reaction about it. Well, God instructed him to do it because it was important. It's really important. I was really young. I remember once I was there personally on one of his teaching. At this time I was Christian and I grew up on these teachings. That helped me a lot later on in my life. But I just really now, more than almost 50 years old, I understood why Source gives so much divine protection to certain divine beings, and why Source favorize certain divine feminine and divine masculine, and why they are practically invincible. And usually karmic people can't stand that and do not understand. And even if they would understand, they're incapable to bring sacrifices like that. Because when you really mean it, And when you really give your life to Source, because you understand it's Source who created you. It's Source who created your soul. You made a contract with Source before you were born. And as the Bible says, it's a secret what's happening before the birth. And there, the Christian is left in the dark. They don't know what's happening before the birth. So that's why, please, if you are Christian, and I know Christian usually says that reincarnation does not exist. Well, it was the Bible were put together like that. Do you understand? But you don't have really a sentence in the Bible that says that reincarnation does not exist. What the Bible says that it's a secret, what's happening before the birth, and only God knows about it. So you, after death, you go a place where is the Source. You go through a certain evaluation, your soul, okay? And there you and Source will decide together. Of course, Source are really, well, he loves you. So, but if you were karmic and you did really shitty things, you won't be able to convince Source to have a really nice contract, soul contract for the next life you will have on earth. Do you understand? But Source and you will discuss, there will be a certain evaluation, an exchange, and Source will propose you the contract, what you will have to do on this earth. And after, you will come into a body in a womb of a woman, and the body and your soul will get reunited in a womb of a woman that who will be your mother. And after, you come on this earth, okay? Back. There is a soul recycling process. And when you understand as a warrior that you won't really die, it's just the body who's changing. Your soul is not. And you say, in this life, I want to fill up this soul contract. I want to fill up my destiny because I love Source. You wake up for your origin, who is Source for you. And you just want to fill this contract up. And then usually divine people do that for Source because they are in love with Source and they awaken, okay? So when they do that, they become invincible. But I don't care whatever the matrix, the karmic people, negative energy plot against you. Honey, you are a spiritual giant on a light side, and I can't do anything against you. Do you understand? And after, what is wonderful when more and more of us learn to meditate and to contact with spiritually with other divine beings. And the most wonderful thing when I can see on social media and other devices that they organizing meditation together all over the world, divine beings, and that is raising the vibration of the earth, that is helping the shifting going to 5D world, and that is make divine people much more stronger. Now, for example, what was possible a few hundred years ago, burning witches because they were teachers and healers, and they say they are witches because they're healing people with plants or with prayers. That was possible to kill divine people. Today you can't. Today you can't because now the divine energy is so strong on earth that they're taking the power all over. the justice is getting purified everywhere. And dark energies, dark entities disappearing and getting destroyed. Organizations led by dark energies getting destroyed. The whole matrix of 3D world is trembling. And it's because divine force is getting stronger. And it's perfect like that. So when you become a divine warrior, you are aware of that you might die in a fight as a warrior. But you need to know that you are in a winning camp. And this camp is getting every day stronger and stronger. Excuse me, I have a hiccup. So the download was this, and when I can see a karmic man, a hitman, who was really on a dark side, becoming divine and transforming like that, this is really difficult. You think it's just like going to source and says, oh, I changed my way and hip hop and it's done. No. You have no idea the suffering and a dark night of the soul and everything that this hitman had to go through. Because source tested his conviction, his faith. He received death threats. Maybe he even had fights, or he even had to run for his life. He lost lots of money, and he had the opportunity to become extremely rich, to be able to buy whoever he wanted. If he continues this lifestyle, and still he chosen God and source. This is amazing for me. And I know that he might even did horrible things, and I'm sure he did horrible things in the past. But you need to understand that it is possible that source can purify his soul. Every time when you do something really horrible, really dark, and really karmic, a part of your soul will be fragmented and go in different ways. Do you understand? In the spiritual realms, there are negative entities who stealing a part of your soul and using it as an energy source. Or there are dark people who lost their own soul, so they stealing yours or some part of it, so they could have a kind of satisfaction in life. So when somebody becomes dark, little by little, they give away their soul. And this hitman did in the past exactly the same. And what source is doing is cooling back the fragments of his soul and giving back to this, well, I can say divine masculine now, because he proved himself. He's been through many hells. And I think all of us who's been through the dark night of the soul knows what is it when we go through hell. And this guy did also. I don't care what past he had. He realized he can't do this anymore. I could even see him at the beginning of his awakening, not being able to sleep because all the horrible things he did in the past. It tortured his soul. And he's now doing self-care and self-love. He's forgiving himself and he's doing fine. I'm not saying this crime does not exist. I'm not saying that, well, I could see in his soul that he even said so, if I have to go to prison, what I did, I will. And Source is protecting this guy. You need to understand it is possible, such a radical transformation. And when it's happened, you should be, as a divine being, happy for that. Because when people come out of darkness, while negative energies are losing battle. Do you understand? They're losing the war. And you should accept people like that. You should not dwell on their past, because nobody can move forward and nobody can have a bright future who stays and dwell in the past. Do you understand? And I think this divine masculine understood also. And Source is protecting him, really protecting him and leading him how to get out of all this shit. And Source is really proud of this guy. God is really proud. I think this guy maybe has a Christian religion, I think. So he talks about God, but for me, God and Source is the same person. And honestly, I'm really happy for this guy. And if this guy is listening to me right now, I'm really, really proud of you. And I'm happy for you. And all of us should take an example of this guy and turn away from karmic behavior, karmic shits, karmic cycles, karmic people, even your own toxic karmic side, ego, and start working on your divine, on your divinity, on your soul, to cultivate it. What does mean when you cultivate something? It's like gardening. Well, I'm talking. My garden is really bad at the moment, but I used to have a really nice garden, not in this place where I live now, but another place. And there, regularly, I had to take the weeds out. If not, well, after the garden will look like mine now. But in my other place, I really love that place. I never had any weeds in my garden. And it was beautiful. And same thing is with your soul. The weeds are your shadow side. If you feed your shadow side, let it grow. The beautiful fruits, vegetables, the flowers in the garden won't be visible, and they die. When you destroy the weed, all the good stuff will grow in your soul, and you will flourish, you will shine bright, and your glow up will come from your soul. Do you understand? It's your divinity. All these beautiful things what you cultivate in your soul. And practically the shadow work is like gardening, like cultivating. And this divine masculine did a lot. And I think all of us knows what is it when you have to look into your mirror and being faced with your shadow side. And this is one way of divine living. Because we have to correct ourselves regularly. Do you understand? Because that is human life. We pick up shits and shits happen around us. And sometimes we have emotional reaction. That is totally normal, but you need to correct it if it's not correct. Do you understand? When you get upset, you are angry, you are in a rage, even you are jealous or you're envious, these are human feelings. And they are totally normal in certain situations. What you need to do is deal with it. So it won't go inside your soul, it won't stay with you. Do you understand? You have to get those weeds out of the garden. And that is not an easy thing to do already. But when you have to fight battles and these divine masculine had to fight physically these people, because they wanted to kill him. But often these are spiritual fights that are against you. Sometimes occult fights. Many of us had to face with witches, covenants who wanted to fuck up our life, because these people their favorite time, their favorite things to do in their free time or even full time is destroying divine beings, you know. I don't know why is it so exciting for them, but anyway, it doesn't matter. But you know, the same shit that karmic shit's doing spell work and doing esoteric shit on divine people just to ruin their divinity. It's always the same shit. And I just don't understand why karmic people don't get fucking bored of this. Why they don't pose the fucking question, what if I would do something differently? Maybe I would get some satisfaction from this human life. I'm not saying money does not bring happiness, okay? Because when you can buy whatever you want, it gives you a certain satisfaction. But when you have everything, you will, and you are not divine, you will be never ever satisfied, because that is human nature. When you are divine, it doesn't matter. Well, of course, somewhere you would love to have a nice car, nice house, whatever. But if you don't, it does not change your, does not change who you are. Do you understand? Because you stay the same and your faith is unstoppable. You know that if that financial breakthrough didn't come today, it might come tomorrow. But Source promised me, so it's on its way, and in divine timing, it will be in my life. And I would understand right now why I don't have it now. But I know it will happen. It will manifest on a free day. Okay? Well, this is the download. I don't know who is it for. It's a bit like, well, it's a bit like messy because I talk about many things. I'm going for a bit of transformation at the moment, and I spend lots of time spiritually, and I get lots of downloads and lots of understanding about how things work. So I just give you in this blackout message that might help you to understand who you are as a divine feminine and divine masculine. It might give you also a clarity about certain things. I hope so. And these were many downloads, not just once, not just one. And I hope it is useful. If you appreciate my reading downloads, blackout message, I would be really, really happy if you could press the like button and subscribe to my channel. Anyway, thank you very much for listening. And, I hope you come back to my tarot readings also. Take care. Bye-bye.